Exercise 5A, question 6 delta, cell 6D. Okay, so for this question, okay, what we're going to do is, again, we have a linear equation with a fractional coefficient, right? So the coefficient for y is 2/3 and 2 here. So what we're going to do is, again, we're going to try to convert or pack our both sides into one fraction, before we can do cross multiply or to multiply by the LCM of the denominator. So I look at my left hand side and I see that there's a 3 and there's a 4. So what I want to do is to multiply by the LCM of the denominator over here. Similarly, on the right hand side, I see that 2y if by itself has a denominator of 1 and 8 by itself, right? So 1 and 8, the LCM is the 8, right? So we will multiply the right hand side by the denominator of 8. Okay, when I say multiply, I'm not saying that you multiply the actual, okay, so I'm actually saying that you multiply by 8 over 8. Okay, this is so that you do not change the value of the expression. So we just take note of this. So on the left hand side, before I can add or merge, simplify my term into one fraction, so I'm multiplying by 4 over 4 for 2/3 y. I'm multiplying by 3 over 3. Okay, so I'm not changing the value of the expression here. What I'm doing is I'm putting it into one fraction. You can see that I'll have a denominator of 12. This will allow me to put the left hand side into one fraction. So 2 times 4 times y, this is 8y. 3 times 3, this is 9, so there's a minus 9 over the denominator 12 on the right hand side. Okay, take note now, I'm not actually multiplying by 4, I'm multiplying by 4 over 4. So let's be clear, when you multiply by 4 over 4, you're actually multiplying by the value 1. So that is legal because I'm not changing the value. Okay, this is different from balancing an equation. I'm just, simplifying putting the left hand side into one fraction. Okay, I'm not doing anything to both sides yet. I'm just simplifying one side alone. Okay, same for the right side. I'm not doing anything to both sides of the equation yet. I'm just simplifying the right side alone. 2y over 1, 5 over 8. Now 1 of course has to go to the bigger denominator of 8 times 8 times 8. Okay, so 2y multiplied by 8, this gives me 16. 5 plus 5, sorry, 16y, not 16. Okay, so this is 16y plus 5. Okay, and over the denominator, which is 8. Okay, so we have one fraction equals one fraction. This is what we want to achieve. And once we have this, right, we try to, you can either go for cross multiplying, or for me, what I do is I see it as multiplying the LCM on both sides. Okay, so you notice that if you observe 12 and 8, okay, we need to multiply by the LCM of both denominators. This will allow you to remove the denominator and convert it into a linear equation. Okay, so next we multiply by the LCM of both denominators. You will see that the LCM of 12 and 8, that will be equals to 24, definitely. All right, quite easily seen. Okay, so with that, well, in order to make it 24, let's say I multiply by 24 on both sides. When we multiply the value here of a fraction, we only multiply to the numerator. Take note of that. We're not multiplying to top and bottom. You multiply 24 over 24, it's just 1. That doesn't change anything. So when we multiply to the numerator only. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I multiply both sides by 24. Okay, so with that, a numerator, you can cancel out the denominator. I have 2. 24 divided by 8, that will give me a 3. Now I rewrite here and I rewrite this. Okay, just by simplifying my fraction, you can see that the moment I have multiplied both sides by the LCM of the denominators, my denominator disappears. And the moment your denominator disappears, your life is much easier. you will just get a linear equation, bracket, that's all. So 2 times 8, that gives you 16y. 2 times minus 9, that gives you minus 18, equals to 3. 3 times 6, that gives you 48y. 3 times 5, that gives you 15. Okay? So next up, again, we are supposed to solve for the value of y. Like I told you, I always like to bring my smaller guy to the bigger guy. So if I see 16 and I see 48, I'll bring 16 to 48. So what I'm doing is in actual fact, okay, I am I see a plus 16 here, so I subtract both sides by 16. Okay, I subtract both sides by 16. Okay, so 16, negative 16 will cancel off. I'll get a 0 pair. Now 48 minus 16, that will give me 32. So I get the answer 32y. Okay, and equals to negative 18 and plus 15. Now of course you want to make y the subject, so this 15 likely has to go over to the left side. So what do? You can say shift or whatsoever, but the actual movement is that we to reverse this plus 15, we subtract both sides by 15. Alright, we subtract both sides by 15. Positive 15, negative 15 will cancel off. Negative 15, negative 18. That gives me an overall value of negative 33 equals to 32y. Okay? Now, of course, your variable is on the right. You can, if A is equals to B, B is equals to A as well. So I can also rewrite this as, if negative 33 is equals to 32y, I can just swap the two terms. It also means that 32y is equals to negative 33. Alright, so to to find the value of y quite easily, the last step, you know that this is a 32 multiplied to y. So you just divide both sides by 32. Divide both sides by 32. And your answer is just negative 33 over 32. Okay, with that, you are done.